I just want to start by saying I think our front seven did a heck of a job today. Um, Obviously in the rush game, like in sacks, but also in the run defense, and there's some things that spilled over, but and I thought our linebackers did great too. Um, Kenny getting in there, Barron getting in there, and there are a few things communication-wise that weren't perfect, but I just want to make sure I got up here, and I'm sure there's going to be a question about it, but give them the credit that they deserve because I thought they played a heck of a game today. And like I said, it wasn't perfect. I don't know the yards in the rush game and in the pass game, but I thought they did a heck of a job. So I just wanted to open with that.
Justin, you told me during the week, like, it's not about talking. We just got to find a win. Did you guys, at least in your mind, make a statement that, especially defensively, you can put your foot down? And can this carry over?
Yeah. I mean, to answer the second part, it has to carry over. That's just that. It has to carry over. And then, I get the frustration of it's hard as a player to come up here and come up with something new to say that's going to be motivating for the media, the fans. Like at the end of the day, in our room, we just got to find a way to win. And like today, we're up 7 and defense is out there with 2 minutes and some change. You got to go win the game. We just scored. You got to go win the game. It's like Cleveland last week. We scored. It's 14-17 in Cleveland. 5 minutes left. You got to go win the game. And in this league, you got to find ways to win the close ones. And, like I said, you can't talk about it. You just got to do it. And I felt we came out with great energy from start to finish. And they made some plays, but, we made some plays too.
Do those final 2 drives kind of show the potential this defense has at its best? And then can you just take us through the last pick?
Yeah, I thought all day. I thought our biggest emphasis as a defense was urgency and energy. Everyone was throwing the panic the panic word out there, and I don't really like the word panic. I feel like it's a lot of disarray that comes with that, and all that. But urgency is a really good word. Hey, it is what it is. We lost 4 straight at the time. It's not time to panic, but we got to have some urgency. You can't just come up here and be like, oh, it's another week, blah blah blah. You got to have urgency. And I thought defensively, I'm obviously just going to speak for the defense. I thought we came out with great energy. Guys were aware. We were constantly in communication before plays, before drives. And like I said, it's not going to be perfect, but I was really proud of the way the guys battled. And you said the pick? Oh, yeah. We knew they were going to have to take some shots, and we just had to be tight in coverage. And I thought the rush did such a good job, man, of containing, Heineke. He's so good at getting out and extending plays, and they did such a good job. And our coverage was so good, with Pat. And, at that play there, Kyle was over there. And I thought we just did such a good job that, when the ball's in the air, it's, just as much ours as it is the receivers. And so you just got to go attack the football.
Justin, you had a couple new guys out there, obviously, in Kenny and Steven. How did they fit in and play today? And then also, I wanted to know about Baron Browning calling the defense today as a rookie. Hasn't played a whole lot this season. How did he do in his first start?
Yeah, that's why thank you for asking. That's why, I wanted to start off by, basically, letting them know that they deserve, the attention. I thought Kenny came in. I mean, you talk about a guy that just comes in from a new place, plugging in, and his communication was amazing. And I'm really happy we got, someone like Kenny to plug in for us. And I thought Barron did a heck of a job today. A lot of the times it's not easy to have the mic, and you always want to get in, the perfect call, and you got to tell the secondary the coverage, the front, the stunt, the rush or whatever. And then you got to line up and see what you got to have. You got to do the run, you got to do the pass. And so it's not easy. Kareem and I knew that. We tried to make sure that, we took as much pressure off of him as we could, but he didn't really need it. He did a heck of a job today. And like I said, we weren't perfect, but we did well enough to find a way to win.
Hey, Justin, your second interception may have sealed the game. You had to go back out there and win it again. Mm-hmm. After Gordon's fumble, what was said in the huddle on the field before that last drive started?
Yeah, don't flinch. That you can't flinch. yeah, obviously you expect the game to be over, but stuff happens, What are you going to do? Go out there and say, we're not supposed to be out here, and then, you automatically are setting yourself up for failure. And that's the type of stuff, like, I felt as a defense, like, I was really proud of the way that we kind of answered the bell, Guys got back out there, and there were no long faces, and obviously upset you had to, but no long faces, no thinking we couldn't do it. But, hey, you guys want to go win the football game, it's on us. As a defense, go out there and win it. And I was just proud of our guys. Our rush did a heck of a job. I thought our coverage was solid, a few mishaps, but we'll get those cleaned up.
Justin, you've kind of been critical of your own performance over some of those losses. So how would you assess how you played? Was this your best game of the year, you think?
I'd have to give it some thought, but I definitely think it was one of the better ones for sure. And I think as a leader in the secondary, both Kareem and I, we take a lot of responsibility in any mishaps because it's our show. We get guys lined up, we make the checks, and so when big plays happen, on film it may look like just a one-on-one deal, but for us, like, that's the type of stuff we should recognize and see and get guys lined up. And so, there are a few passes that they had today. They had really good receivers, really good tight end. They had a few passes, but I thought for the most part, eliminating explosives in the back end was like a huge key for us going into this game. And I thought guys, did a really good job with that.
Justin, you talked about that last series and there were no long faces and stuff, but how hard is that to do? Because once you made that interception, crowd celebrating, game was over. How tough is it to refocus on a dime like that?
Yeah, it's tough, and that's just like how the league goes. You go out there, you make a play, and some way, somehow, you may find yourself ending up back on the field. And I was telling some of the offensive guys, like, if the roles were reversed, like, we've got to be able to win the game the same way. There'd be times where the defense, like, messes something up. We do something we're not supposed to, and the offense has to get back on the field, and, we got to go win the game. And that's just what it comes down to. And so it was tough, but I'm thankful for all the leaders on our defense, man. And I could go through and name them, name all of them, but there's so many guys that we just were talking ourselves into the win. Like, what are we going to do? You can't not be on the field right now. You just got to go find a way to win the game.
There was, some ultimate bend but don't break on defense today. Was some of that the bend part by design, maybe, with your setup, with all the new linebackers that you just wanted to be careful? And what was it that your red zone defense returned that you did so well the last couple of years?
Yeah, I thought, honestly, what it really came down to, and I hate to sound like a broken record, but it really just came down to communication. And things, from our perspective, were simplified so well because of new guys plugging in that, like, just allowed us to play fast and allowed us to just go out there and communicate well because, pre-snap, we knew what we were getting into. We knew what we were doing. We knew where the help was. The help wasn't. And like I said, by no means was it perfect. They had some good drives down the field. And when it came time to get down there and, hold them, to a field goal, and, Shelby and Dre had two big, field goal blocks. That obviously helped us. It's just like there was a lot of good stuff there. And, that's the type of stuff we'll have to build on and continue getting better at. And, yeah. Thank you very much, Joe. Awesome. Thank you, guys.